If you're in the real estate business, you know NAR is ready to make some big guideline changes on how buyer brokers are going to be able to be paid during the real estate transaction. And this is really, really big news. It's going to change our scenario in the real estate world. So I've got some frequently asked questions that I want to go over with you from NAR on the lending world. So you're going to need to get familiar with what's called interested party contributions. We already know what this is, but you're going to see more of it. IPC. Interested party contributions are what the seller or the broker are allowed to pay for the buyer. In other words, paying closing costs, prepaids, buying down interest rate, things like that. So Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, FHA, VA, they all have different guidelines regarding how much the seller or the broker can pay on behalf of the buyer for their closing costs. So going forward, is compensation paid by a seller or listing broker to a buyer broker considered an IPC, interested party contribution? The answer is no. Cooperative compensation is considered a fee that is customary or traditional paid by the seller. The FHA, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac exclude these type of fees from the IPC. This is good news. Now, it can't be inflated commission. So in our area, it's about 3% is the max, so you can't include 4, 5, 6%. That is not customary for the area, but this is good news. Does the NAR settlement change that? Is compensation paid by the seller or listing broker to a buyer broker now an IPC? Again, it is not going to be considered an IPC as long as it is customary, okay? Now, does the settlement change access to mortgage for the buyers? No, it's business as usual for us in the lending world. Where it is gonna have some problems are if there's no buyer agent compensation being paid by the seller, then the new buyer is going to have to pay that compensation. So that means that they're going to have to bring more money to closing, which they may or may not have. So they're going to have to pay down payment, closing costs, prepaids, and buyer's agent's commission. That's going to be a game changer. Now let's talk about VA loans. VA loans, historically, the buyer is never allowed to pay a buyer's agent or a real estate commission, period, and no real estate fees whatsoever. So through all of this, VA has changed their guidelines. Effective immediately, VA now temporarily has released the ban, and the veteran is allowed to pay buyer's real estate commission and customary fees. So this is really, really good news for VA buyers. But it is a temporary ban. It has been lifted, temporarily lifted, that is subject to change later on. I really don't see it changing, but they can change it. Now, everyone's always asking me, well, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, can the real estate commissions be financed into the loan? Absolutely not. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are not going to change this anytime soon where we can put the agent's commissions on top of the loan and finance it into the loan. Not going to happen anytime soon. Hopefully down the road we will see that, but not anytime soon. This NAR new guidelines is going to change the real estate that we know. Buyers, brokers are going to have to sign buyer-broker agreements with their buyers before they show them houses. There's 3 of them that you can pick from. But as far as the lending world, it is going to be business as usual for us. We do just need to make sure that if the buyer is having to pay that real estate commission, that they do have the money. We got to verify it up front so we do not get to closing and find out that the buyers do not have enough money for a cash to close. Give me a call. I'm very versed on a lot of this stuff going on, and I'd love to chat with you more. If you're a real estate agent out there, give me a call, and we can chat more about it. Thanks.